to another Guardian build breakdown video. I must make a confession. I never thought that I would make a video like this one, where I don't focus on ability spam. All of my videos up to this point have mainly been focusing on ability spam one way or another. Whether it's focusing on grenade, focusing on class ability, or both, or supers. I've just never had a video, I think in my opinion, where I focus on weapons, and this is that one exception. So this one's going to be a pretty special video. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Sorry guys, this is not the build, but if you do want to see this, I got a challenge for you guys. If you guys can give this video 20 likes, I will definitely make a video breaking this build down. But this is actually a build that a friend of mine recommended that I make from a YouTube video of someone who already made this type of build. So I decided, you know what, let me run with this, try it out. I loved it, and I decided to make an alternative version of it. I think in my opinion, my version, I think is better than this one. But hey, that's subjective. But let's hop over to that build. Yeah, this looks better. And yeah, let's go over the details. For abilities, we have Healing Rift. Stay alive as long as you can, so that's the name of the game. Burst Glide. I'm all about that boost of speed, man, not control, nor I don't believe in teleporting, so stick with this one. Pocket Singularity, because we have a bunch of donuts here. I only wish, man, Bungie, if you are watching, please add some others here, maybe. It would be great. But yeah, we got Pocket Singularity. It's meh. We have Vortex Grenade. We're actually going to be relying on this for the majority of our build, so this is why I chose this. And actually does have some uses. Aspects. We got Child of the Old Gods. Basically use your Healing Rift or Empowering Rift if you're into that. Healing Rift will give you grenade and melee energy, while Empowering Rift gives you health. While the Rift is active, and while your Void Buddy is siphoning the life out of the enemy and debuffing them, you get class ability energy when you kill that enemy. You also have other benefits too, but we'll get to that in a moment. Feed the Void, basically get kills with a grenade, to be honest. So get grenade kills. It could be any Void ability, but let's be honest, grenades are really where it's at. So get those kills to activate Devour. Devour is a Guardian buff, and what it essentially does is that allows you to get a full heal and get some grenade energy back, at least. And of course, the more kills you get while it's active, the longer it lasts. Basically what that means is that it just refreshes the timer. Alright, fragments. We have Echo of Harvest, so while our enemies are getting the suck and getting weakened, we might as well make use of that by killing them. And when we do kill them, they will produce an Orb of Power and Void Breach. So that's going to be fairly useful. Echo of Starvation will tell us that when we pick up said Void Breaches and Orbs of Power, that will give us Devour. So we have a second way of making Devour. And by the way, what this also does is while we have Devour active, this just will simply refresh the timer. As if we won't refresh the timer just from getting the kill alone. But you know, back up. And we have Echo of Instability. So when we get a kill with our grenade, this will grant our weapons volatile rounds. And I do believe this actually works with swords as well. If you didn't know that, thumbs up. I've tried this out, I've had a lot of fun, and I know for a fact that this baby does work with swords. And Echo of Reprisal, since we're surrounded pretty much all the time, so to speak, why not gain super energy from getting those kills? So, we got that. Let's hop on over to our weapons of choice here. We have Until It Returns. This is a special shotgun. And Cascade Point's really where it's at. The Cascade Point pretty much turns this weapon into a fourth horseman for a short period of time, so very good for those clutch moments. Hollow Denial is our second special choice of, or I guess special weapon of choice. Honestly, you can use special weapons in either of these. It could be any of them. It doesn't have to be these two specifically. But just know that with Hollow Denial, I just have it here just because it's a special weapon. And as you can see, this is kind of the low-key meta, where we have double special in our heavy. And basically what this does is it creates a loop of its very own, where you have double specials, you get kills with these weapons, they give you a higher chance at getting heavy ammo for your heavy weapon. And then of course when you use your heavy weapon, it gives you a chance, an escalating chance of producing special ammo for your special weapons. So you have both of these, you got a better chance than if you had primary weapons or kinetic weapons with ammo finder mods. For our heavy weapon of choice, we have the Black Talon. This exotic is pretty good. Crow's Wings basically fires a projectile, so you can think of yourself like a pseudo Ichigo. Be like Getsuga Tensho. And the projectile does have some decent tracking. It's not like super heavy, but it's not like super heavy of tracking, but it does a pretty decent job. And if you have the catalyst, basically when you block with this weapon and then use the heavy attack, it does more damage. This automatically comes with Tireless Blade and Tempered Edge, so Tempered Edge gives it more damage and ammo. And Tireless Blade basically states when you use it normally, every other strike gives you ammo in your, I guess, reloads your weapon. But just know that that actually comes from your reserves. So it will refresh or kind of reload your reserves a little bit, but it does effectively mean that it will go away over time. But with this combination, that should be a null issue. So let's head over to our armor where you can actually see where we kind of put everything together. Helmet, we got double heavy ammo finder. This is just icing on the cake, to be perfectly honest. We're not really relying on our grenades or rifts to do anything here, so this is actually going to be our main way to gain super energy. Although if you want to, you can throw in ashes to assets because we'll be getting that. We'll be getting our grenade quite often, but I'm focusing on weapon play here, not abilities. So double heavy it is, and this actually does basically guarantee that we get heavy ammo. And we also have harmonic siphon, so rapid void weapon kills. They like to call them final blows, but void weapon kills give us an orb of power. And this also works with our hollow denial. So we have two ways there. We have firepower. Basically, our grenades can help produce orbs of power when we get kills with those. And when we damage enemies with our grenade, then that helps to lower the cooldown of our rift energy or our class ability energy. And then fastball just allows us to throw our grenades further. For our chest piece, honestly, you can substitute the two protective mods or defensive mods with anything that you want, to be honest. I just have this because a lot of the content that I use this build in has a tendency to have AoE damage in it, so I have concussive dampener for that. And then of course, at the time I was in said activities, they also had void as the threat, so void resistance. And then of course I also have void reserves, so basically increasing the amount of ammo you can carry for void weapons. So solid. Speaking of picking up weapon ammo for weapons, we have our harmonic scavenger, which basically states that void weapons get bonus reserves when picking up ammo used by that weapon. So if you are using the hollow denial, for example, and special ammo drops, that means when you pick it up, you actually get extra ammo. So you get like free ammo when you're using that weapon and picking up the ammo for them. Same thing for the sword. We have innervation, so when we pick up those orbs of power that we're producing, this will lower the cooldown of our grenade. And this is not useful actually for this build. Elemental Charge is useful if you have a consumer mod. The consumer mods are your Void Surges. Those are something like, not your Kickstart. Let me show you real quick, guys. That is something like this. Any of the blue icons are basically going to be your consumer mods that will apply with the Elemental Charge. So all your font mods and surges will work, but we're going to actually do this right now. So we're going to change this. If I had to recommend it, I'll go with Absolution as its replacement. So, yes. So we'll go with Absolution. I could have gone for another innervation, but just keep in mind that the more you stack the same mod, if it has an additional benefit, then it really won't be that far off, like that different. And there is a drop off at a certain point. So Absolution and Innervation I think are a better combination because you're getting the cooldown from Absolution and from Innervation, so you're kind of doubling down on that. Plus with Devour, you're also doubling down from that. So it's like you're tripling down, so to speak, on your grenade. And this actually gives you all three of them. So this will lower the cooldown for your melee, your healing rift in our case, and our grenades. For our bond, we have powerful attraction. So basically, if we don't want to go and pick up these orbs ourselves, we could just simply use our rift to pick them up for us, as long as they're within a certain amount of distance from us, allowing us to instantaneously gain the benefits from picking them up. Bomber allows us to lower the cooldown of our grenade when we use our healing rift, and Reaper will allow us to prep ourselves up so when we can get in a kill right after, so it could be ability or weapon, that it will produce an orb of power right off the bat. And by the way, there is no cooldown for this, so the moment you get your healing rift back, you can use it again, get a kill, spawn another orb of power. Once you get it back again, use it, get a kill, get another orb of power. So this is a really good way of kind of like turbocharging your production of orbs of power in combination with your fragments. So that's pretty much this build. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Mantle Battle Harmony. This is the armor of choice we went with. At this point, you might as well consider it a weapon. So it has the intrinsic trait of absorption cells. Basically, all you need to know is that because we are running Void, when we get Void kills, so that could be with abilities or Void weapons, you gain super energy. Basically, this has built-in Thresh. It's a very conditionalized Thresh, but it's Thresh nonetheless. And when our super is full, then instead of using our super, as most of us would, hold it and it'll give your Void weapons a 20% weapon buff. Now, the reason why I don't run Surge mods on this build, like the other Guardian you've seen earlier in the video, is because this is pretty much the equivalent to 4 of those Surge mods. So because we don't physically have the ability to have 4 Void Surge mods, and we honestly can't afford that, then this is the next best thing. So this actually frees up our slots for Void Surges, because this will take priority since it gives us more benefit. And honestly, this is up all the time as long as you don't use your super. So just keep that in mind. This in combination with debuffing, you got yourself a pretty nasty combo in my opinion. So let me show you what the fashion is like here. I think this is a pretty decent looking Guardian. I won't say it's my best work, but hey, nonetheless, I think it looks good. And honestly, I actually do like this build. I never thought I would actually have a build using double special and a sword, but this actually kind of goes hard especially when you're weakening enemies left and right. But thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, give me a like. Again, if you can give me 20 likes, guys, for this video, I will do a review for this version of the build. And again, like I've mentioned with my other builds, I will also do a showcase of this build when we hit 10. I already know that another one of my videos hit 10 likes, so I will be doing that. That'll come up soon, but yeah, definitely like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you can see more. Share with your friends so that way they can see these builds. Take these builds out for a spin, guys. And remember, you don't have to use Black Talon. You can use any Void Sword. Any. That would work. And yeah, I'll see you guys later in the next thing of whatever I decide to do. Until then, ta-ta for now.